Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, his life was filled with so much pain. You look at the early days of the Prophet ﷺ's life, he was born having never met his father. His mother passed away at a very early age. He had to live with his grandfather and then his uncle. And his uncle, Abu Talib, was not somebody that had a lot of wealth. And so times were very difficult. I remember one of my high school teachers told me this when my father got laid off. My dad got laid off when I was in my freshman year of high school. He used to work at a really big company, really secure job, right? Nothing secure except for Allah. Really secure job. And we used to just kind of like take that for granted. Then one day he comes home and the whole mood has changed in the home and no one knows why except for my mother. And she sits down and she tells us, because it obviously comes from his honor and his pride to provide for his family. And she tells us that, hey, you know what? Like, maybe don't ask your dad for so many things. Abdurrahman, stop asking for Cheetos so much. And I was like, why, as I'm eating Cheetos? She's like, maybe just hold back a little bit. Be patient with your father. Don't ask for so much. It's tough. And then eventually she told us what? That his job is letting him go. He's not going to have an income anymore. We have to wait until he finds a new job. All of these difficulties, subhanAllah. And then that, subhanAllah, was like the last moment that my dad ever had what we considered to be like that same kind of stability within his work. He became a consultant, he tried this, he tried that, and then he retired, alhamdulillah. And he came home one day and he told me, Abdurrahman, what do you like to eat? And I said, peanut butter and jelly. Why? You notice how I answered super quickly? That's how you know someone loves food. And I said, why? And he goes, because that's what we're gonna get you for lunch from now on. There's not gonna be any choices anymore. And I'm saying that as if I should get sympathy, but peanut butter and jelly is like the sandwich of kings, so it's amazing, right? And even then, you look at some of the people around the world and what they have to eat for lunch, or if they have anything to eat for lunch, and instantly you can't feel sorry for yourself anymore. But the reason why I'm telling you all this about my life is because in that moment, it was very easy for me to look to the sky and say, oh Allah, why? Why me? Why are so many people who don't believe in you? Why are so many people who don't believe in you, why are they prosperous? Why do they get wealth and success and happiness and money and all this? Why? And ya Allah, we worship you and we're being tested. It's easy for a person to go that route. But then you look at the life of your beloved Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and you see that every single time you've been tested, you're in good company. Every single time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removed something from your life in order to increase you, you became a companion, so to speak, of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And there's a beautiful hadith that talks about this. And so being someone who is in the midst of difficulty, whether it's social or emotional or spiritual, being one of these strangers, as the Prophet ﷺ called them, is something to take pride in and not to become upset with.